Hello, I am Mr. Tariq and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to explain key concepts of coordinate geometry for GCSE exams. So I'm going to cover gradients, midpoints, and equations of lines. The first concept we need to learn here is gradient of a line. So the gradient or the slope, this is the other name of the gradient. The gradient of a line measures its steepness. We have the formula, the gradient equals to m. So this is the symbol of the gradient. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That means this is the change of y over the change of x, where x1, y1 and x2, y2 are 2 points on the line. So let's draw a line to explain this. If I have this line, so if you take any points like this point and this point here, so the change from this point and this point is the gradient. So let's explain what is this point. The coordinate of this point is 1 and 4. So we write first the x-axis and then the y-axis, and this point represents 3 and 2. So to calculate the gradient, let's see the change in y. So the change in y, the y coordinate is from here and went down to this point, and the change in x is from this point to this point. So we moved 2 points or 2 units, 1 and 2, 2 units down, that's mean -2, and we moved 2 points or 2 units to the right, that means 2. So -2 over 2 is equal to -1. So let's label the points and just try to apply this in the formula. You have x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 is 2 minus 4 over x2 minus x1, which is 3 minus 1. So we will get the same result. So it's -2 over 2, which is -1. Now let's move to the second concept, midpoint of a line segment. So the midpoint is the point halfway between two given points. And this is our formula. The midpoint coordinates x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. If we have 2 points like this, and we need to find the point in between, so this is the coordinates of the midpoint. And now we have the equation of a line. The equation of a straight line is typically written as y equals to mx plus c. So let's explain these concepts. So m is a gradient of the line, as we explained here, and c is the y-intercept. And this is the value of y when x equals to 0. So let's draw this. We have the y-axis and x-axis. If I have a line like this, so this line actually intercepts y-axis in a specific point. So this point is the y-intercept. So to find an equation of a line, you have some steps to do. First, we have to find the gradient m, and then we have to substitute any given point to find the value of c, because we need the equation in terms of y and x, and we need to find m and c. And we will explain all of this in the coming examples. So the first example here, find the equation of line passing through 1, 2, and 4, 8. So the equation of the line is y equals to mx plus c. So first we have to find the gradient. So let's label the points here, x1, y1, x2, and y2. We know that the gradients equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 we have 8 minus 2 over 4 minus 1. So 8 minus 2 is 6 over 4 minus 1 is 3. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So now we have the gradient 2. And now I need to find the value of C. So to find C, we can just simply sub any one of these points to the values of x and y. So I'm just going to use the easy one. We'll use this point here. So y is 2 equals to m2 times x is 1 plus c. So rearrange the formula and we will get to c equals to 2 minus 2 and equals to 0. Now I have the values of m and c. Just let's write the equation. So y equals to mx, m is 2, so that means 2x plus c is 0. So our formula is y equals to 2x. If you are watching this video before March 3rd, do not miss my free workshop. I will be hosting live sessions for checkpoint and GCSE levels. We will solve past papers and discuss exam strategies. So do not miss the opportunity and sign up now. You will find the link in the description. The second example, find the midpoint of the line joining -4, 6 and 2, -2. So we have the formula of the midpoint coordinates. It's x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. Now let's sub the points here. So x1 plus x2, let's label it first. -4 plus 2 over 2. y1 plus y2 is 6 plus -2 over 2. So -4 plus 2 is -2 over 2, and 6 plus and minus will be minus, so 6 minus 2 is 4 over 2. So -2 over 2 is -1, 4 over 2 is 2. So the midpoint coordinates are -1 and 2. And this is the final answer. So we still have concepts to learn. Parallel and perpendicular lines. So the parallel lines have the same gradient. That means m1 equals to m2. Perpendicular lines, gradients multiply to -1. So m1 times m2 equals to -1. So if we have two lines like this, so these lines are perpendicular to each other. So the gradient should multiply to -1. That means m1 times m2 equals to -1. If we say that the gradient of this line is 3 over 2, so the gradient of this line should be the negative reciprocal, which is -2 over 3, because -2/3 times 3 over 2 will equal to a -1. And if we have two lines are in parallel like this, so basically they share the same gradient. If the gradient of this line is 2, the gradient of this line will be also 2. Example number 3, find the equation of a line perpendicular to y equals to 3x plus 5 that passes through 4, -1. So the equation is y equals to mx plus c. So we need to find the gradient m and the y-intercept c. So the gradient of the given line is 3. This is m1. And the line is perpendicular. That means m1 times m2 equals to -1. So m1 is 3 times m2 equals to -1. So we divide both sides by 3. m2 equals to -1 over 3. So we found m, and now we need to find the value of c. And to do this, we simply need to sub the values of x and y in this equation. So let's do it. -1 equals to m -1 over 3 times x, which is 4, plus c. So c equals to, let's make c an object. So this is going to be -1. This is going to be positive in the other side, plus 1 over 3 times 4. C equals to -1 plus 3rd times 4 is 4 over 3. Now let's try to unify the denominator. So -1 actually is -3 over 3 plus 4 over 3. So C equals to 1 over 3. Now we need to write the value of C and the value of M in this equation. So y equals to -3rd x plus c 1 over 3. And this is our final answer. So instead of perpendicular, if the line was in parallel to this line, we will do the same process, except m1 is going to equal to m2. That means the gradients are equal. So that will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next video. Bye.